All right, what's going on, guys? Johnwicksnipin back again, and this video is directed at the REDBOX folks. If you saw my earlier video, you know that I'm very disappointed with AMC and all the bullshit that's going on with their CEO, which we all kind of expected. But let's move on. Let's talk about REDBOX because that's a stock right now that is hot. Corruption does clearly exist in that stock. We're just trying to figure out who is trying to screw us at this point. Is it the platforms that collect the data regarding the short interest and the share float and all that kind of stuff? Is it the market makers? Is it the actual stock market? That's why I directed you guys to Kevin. That's why I told you guys, go easy on Kevin. This guy's not monetized. He's proven shares, and he is on this like a hawk. So emotional swings can happen to anybody. As you can see in his later videos, he's kind of explained to you where he was coming from. I spoke to him for the first time yesterday. We had a great conversation. I just wanted to know where his headspace was at with what he was finding out regarding REDBOX. And as you can see today, we're nice. We're close to getting a lot of the Friday people. We got a lot of the Friday people back. Those that are in around 13. So we're pretty much all green. The only ones are possibly those that came in at over 13, the 14 through 17 people. So we're trying to come for you guys next. But this is a great thing, having everybody on board be green, because when that happens, then it's on you. You know, you were pointed in the right direction by a content creator that is not a financial advisor. You've got guys that are showing you their face, myself, Teddy, Zane, and Kevin. We show you our share position so you can have confidence that what we're saying is something that we're also actually doing. And we're also telling you guys that if it, something doesn't look right, we may have to pull the plug on it. We're not going to let you guys, get screwed on this situation. It's a very, very tight window that we have. Everybody's been telling you that from the beginning. There's a merger agreement with another company that kind of locks the stock in a particular spot. Now they're trying to figure out corruptive ways to manipulate the situation. They've brought the share interest down from 230% to over 100%. So there's fuckery going on clearly there, but at least we know that it's at least 100%, which is also ridiculous. As of right now, the REDBOX community is in a pretty good spot. Like I said, there is some people still in the red, but most of you guys are in a comfortable spot to now decide, what do I want to do? Do I want to see this through? Do I want to swing trade it? So on and so forth. Now, Kevin, myself, and Teddy clearly have now said, swing trade it, but at least try to reserve something. So you're probably not swing trading 100 shares or below that, okay? But for those that are swing trading large amounts, at least try to reserve 100. So if you're swing trading 1,000 shares, for instance, try to just swing 900 of those and reserve 100 of them. That way, the float is pretty much locked up, and you can play around with whatever other shares they are using in order for you to swing trade this stock. But always try to reserve a little bit until we can find out exactly how much time we have left before we have to exit the play. I'll continue to say this is not a long-term play. This is a short-term play. There is a merger deal in effect, and it will end. REDBOX will be worthless unless clearly there is a provision that they can buy themselves out of this agreement. I don't know. Maybe the stock runs up high enough that becomes an option, because if their cap goes up to a certain extent where they're just worth way more by just giving the money to buy themselves out, then at that point you're going to have a pretty sick run up, I think. Regarding the options situation, now, Kevin came out and he gave you a receipt. He gave you the actual phone call. And guys like me, we record phone calls and we'll put them out there for you guys. Kevin did the same thing. Teddy shows you his moves. He puts them on community posts. He says, I'm in. I bought this many shares. I'm holding. I'm selling. I'm swing trading. He's telling you what he's doing. He's not coming out on a video and saying something and doing something else behind the scenes. But getting back to the options situation, apparently TD Ameritrade, I guess, is ending options at some point. I don't use them, so it really doesn't matter to me. I go based on the brokerage that I use. It's Fidelity. Fidelity, I've called them. They're good. Everything's fine. You've got shares that you can borrow if you'd like. The cost to borrow is about 700% plus. Their options is open. You're able to do whatever you want. They don't foresee any of that kind of situation happening. But I will say this, that if they take the options away from REDBOX, to me, that's a bullish indicator for a retail investor, because that is one less way that they can manipulate the share price through the options chain. So I don't think that that would be a bad thing. For instance, I'll give you an example. In aerc, look up that ticker symbol, do some DD. That stock runs crazy. It's typically usually green, but they have no options. They cannot be manipulated through that area. So I've been banking money on that. Those are the only two plays right now, folks. I mean, everything is blood red. You're pretty much losing across the board, but REDBOX is green, and so is aerc. There's enough volume in there. If you are interested in swing trading aerc, like I said, if you're going to swing trade REDBOX, try to reserve some shares. That way the float's kind of always tied up. At some point, I'm probably going to suggest to the community of REDBOX, once we figure out exactly how much time we have left, I'm going to try to promote a strategy to invoke in REDBOX that I was trying to do with AMC, but I don't think it's no longer necessary. But I think we should set maybe a floor good till cancel price, meaning, for instance, on REDBOX right now we are at 1227. We've got pretty good support around 910 area, but maybe we want to set a support at $9. Well, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Meaning put in a purchase order for whatever you can at $9, good till cancel. That way, if they drop it that low, we can bounce off of it immediately because we have orders for more shares at that point. Obviously, that's contingent to the fact of realizing how much time we have left before we get out, because we don't want to leave that there forever, because this will run out. This play will run. Unless they buy themselves out of the merger agreement, this play will end very quickly, because everything in the merger will come into place, and obviously REDBOX is worth under $1 at that point. You will become chicken soup for the soul entertainment. But, and Kevin can watch this video and he can do a reaction to it or comment on it or whatever he wants to do, but maybe setting a floor good till cancel purchase for whatever you can. For instance, I can do something for like maybe 100 shares. I can set a good till cancel 100 share purchase order at $9. That way, if it ever drops to $9, I pick up 100 shares. And if enough people did this, you'd have an extremely incredible bounce off of $9. But for those that wouldn't be able to do less, whatever you can do. If it's one share, do one share. If you can do 10, do 10. If you can do 5, do 5. You do whatever you can. I would never promote somebody go above their means. Never. I always play within my means. I went above with AMC because I really bought into a lot of the bullshit that everybody else bought in, and I over leveraged myself. And you know what? I cleaned up that mess about a month ago. I sold 60% of my shares off at $13.05. I took that money, reinvested, made tons of money in REDBOX, making money now in aerc. I made money in Mullen. The only stock that I've never made money on is AMC. So I still hold AMC, but if they dilute, I will be gone. It will be over. I will sell. And I'm going to close this video with this. Somebody made a comment, even though I thought about it immediately too. I think if they dilute, it's time to pour in the AMC money into GameStop. I think that will be the move. I may make that move earlier than normal. And guess what? Nobody can talk to me about that. Nobody can hate on me if I do that, because GameStop really was the pioneer of all of this. So if I've got to move my AMC money into GameStop, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. Johnwicksnipin is out. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for watching.